This season of The Bachelorette has come to a close. Let's find out if I was right on who Charity should choose as her main squeeze. Or, yeah, I guess he would be like, oh, her fiance. Let's find out if I was right on who Charity would choose as her fiance. Y'all stay tuned so we can get into the recap of this final episode.
No stranger, it's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town.
Okay, y'all. So, first things first, this episode was 3 hours. I feel like, dear Bachelor or dear ABC, if you guys are going to be having episodes be 3 hours, and now that I think of it, I feel like it's 3 hours. I feel like it's 3 hours every finale. So when y'all keep doing this, I'm gonna need y'all to start at like 7 or 6 because I'm getting older, so I'm sleepy. Okay, but I mean, I guess if you're like really about that life, about that bachelor life, then you're gonna make it work and you're gonna stay up. And I did just that. Not just for me, but for y'all tuning in because you guys wanna know what happened. So we're gonna jump straight into it. First things first, Aaron at the last episode before the men tell all, Aaron came back, which we all know. Didn't nobody ask him to come back, but he said, I am fighting for my woman, and so I respect that, Aaron. Basically, she invited him to stay and, kind of just see where their heads are and or where her head is when it comes to him, even though she already sent him home. But she said, okay, let's have dinner in your room. And I'm like, dang, girl, y'all ain't got no restaurants that y'all could go to. But apparently not, because they went, I don't know if I even saw them eating, but whatever. I guess it was just like, let's see. It was more of a conversation than the dinner. Now, me, if you tell me we're having dinner, I want to have dinner. But okay, maybe I missed it. But basically, she told him to stick around. And at that point, I was like, girl, why are you having him stick around? If I was Joey, if I was Dotton, I would be pissed. And because I would also feel like, okay, you can't make your mind up. Like, I don't like that. So she did ask him to stick around. And now it's time for the final rose ceremony, for the rose ceremony after the fantasy suites. I feel like the fantasy suites happened so long ago in my mind that I forgot they didn't even have the rose ceremony. So Joey and Dotton, they're expecting to see Xavier, but little did they know they were about to see Aaron. And they were very confused when they saw Aaron because it's like, wait, how did you get here? Like, where is Xavier? Because mind you, Xavier went home like before he didn't even get to the fantasy suite, okay? So yeah, basically the first rose of the night went to Joey, and then Charity asked Aaron if they could talk for a second. And I'm like, this second rose better be going to Dotton, but okay, go have your little conversation. And basically she told him, they just didn't have enough time, and she did appreciate him coming to fight for her, but it just wasn't going to work. So she sent Aaron home, back home, another 12-hour flight from Fiji back to, I feel like he's from San Diego. So back to San Diego. And then she came back and gave my guy Dotton the second rose, as she should have. Like, you shouldn't even have bought him back in the first place, but since you did, fine, we'll play a little game. Even though I guess it wasn't really a game, which I hate games, by the way. Like, don't do that. You're grown and it's just too much going on. So, not a fan of games. Very weird. But yeah, anyway, Aaron spoke to Jesse back in the studio because during this finale time, they do the recording live in the studio. So Aaron spoke to Jesse in the studio, and he is confirmed to go to Bachelor in Paradise. So there is that. We will see more of him there. I'm happy they didn't have him as the next Bachelor because I did not want a full season of Aaron as the lead, but I can see him in Paradise. We'll see what happens there. Okay, so next up, it was time for Charity's guys, Joey and Dotton, to meet Charity's family. Family, they met her dad, her mom, and her sister. And I was wondering where her brother was, especially since he was so present on the first episode. But I'm like, okay, I guess he's like, well, I already met these guys, so I don't really need to meet them again. Or maybe he had to work, or maybe he just is like, girl, I'm not about to take that 12-hour flight or however many flights hours it is to go to Fiji. So anyway, she met them, and Charity told her family that she's in love with both guys, and her mom's face said it all. Like, her mom was like, here we go. Like, the mom did say Charity needs to work on her decisiveness, because it seems as though maybe she's bad at making a choice for herself, which I can understand. But in this setting, I feel like when you are signing up to be the bachelor or the bachelorette, you need to go in like, I'm trying to find who my person is by week 4. Like, because I don't know how many weeks this is. Maybe 8 or 12. I don't know. But by week 4, I need to know. Like, you cannot be over here falling in love with multiple people during this process, okay? So yeah, basically Joey was the first one to meet the family. It seems like they love Joey. Again, it was playing in my head how Joey's family and uncle was basically saying he can kind of show up as what other people want him to be. So I was like, like, are you being your true self? Like, we still don't really know Joey. We still don't really know. But the family loved him. And I wonder if that's like a first introduction advantage, because it was just like, you know, they haven't met anyone else to compare him to. And then now when they meet the second person, which in this case is Dotton, it's like, but we love Joey so much. Like, so we're going to talk about that in a second. But yeah, basically, Charity's mom said she can see Joey being a good fit for their family, which is great. You know, it was all good things. Next up was Dotton, and I felt off the jump that the dad was excited to see Dotton. The sister was kind of like, okay, she was open. The mom just seemed shutting it down. Ella, like UK, Love Island UK, shut it down. She was not really here for it. And I was like, the vibe just didn't seem welcoming at all. And I didn't really know why at first until later. She did say Dotton's mannerisms and vibe just seemed familiar. And I was looking like, what's that supposed to mean, Mom? Like, what is familiar supposed to mean? But she did, say basically Charity normally gravitates to that type of dude. And from a mom's POV, she's like, that don't ever work out. So why does she think it's going to work out this time? So I did get a little better understanding of why the mom had that thought, but her vibe was still off to me. Charity asked her mom about Dotton, what she thought about Dotton, and the mom was just like, like, he's cool. Yeah, he's nice. Like, and I'm just like, Mom, like, get a grip. Don't you know we love Dotton this whole season? Like, but again, the mom didn't see the season, so she's just going off of this little, like, 2 people introduction, and that's it. Charity also asked her sister, and the sister, she seemed a little hesitant too, because she told Charity, well, Joey makes you glow. Like, they were just really amping Joey up. And it seemed like at that point, Charity started to go into panic mode, like just based off of her mom and her sister's feedback. And I think that is one reason why you should get the feedback of people who love you the most and who you love the most, but also you have to know how to make your own decisions, because anyway, after Dotton left, Charity spoke with her family and was asking like, okay, so which one should I choose? And they're like, girl, this is your decision. And she was getting so upset, like, well, I don't know which one to choose. Like, tell me which one to choose. And I really felt bad for her, because I do understand, like, sometimes I have trouble making decisions, but it's like, this is choosing your husband. Like, you cannot look to someone else to tell you who your future husband should be. Like, This is not like, girl, tell me which outfit, like which one looks better. This is not that, Charity. This is you making a decision. And then the mom even told her, like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. Like, deep down, she wasn't really being helpful, honestly. But I think for her, she liked Joey so much that she's like, I will completely wipe Dotton out, and I don't want to hear how you feel about it, so I'm just gonna be quiet. Anyway, after all that took place, Charity had her final date with Joey back in his room. He gave her the printout of the poem they wrote together, or he wrote. It was basically a poem that was created on their date in New Orleans, and he had it printed out, and like I feel like it was framed, and it was cute. Basically, she said she didn't have a doubt about him. She told him she loved him. This is her second time that I saw on this episode that she's telling him she loves him. She did not tell Dotton that she loved him. So I was like, girl, what's going on? Like, what's really even happening? But that was all good. And then Joey, he was just saying, like, I'm going to propose, like, in a couple days away. I don't have any doubt that I'm going to propose and this will be my wife. And I was like, okay, Joey, like, that's what the vibe of this episode is giving. But I'm still not turning my back on Dotton. Next, there was the final date with Dotton, and she just seemed frazzled. Like, she didn't seem like her normal self. And I'm like, girl, don't let your family get in your head. This your man, your man, your man. You say he make you feel like a priority. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, she really is about to choose Joey. Is she switching up on us? Anyway, he gifted her with a trip down memory lane. And then here he comes with his ID card again. His little, what was it called? Like he called it he said alien, not me, like an alien just from another country ID card. And he gave her a copy of that, which I'm like, hopefully he ain't letting her keep, because you shouldn't really give your IDs away. He also had some s'mores in the gift, because that was like reminiscent of one of their dates. He gave her a locket with their baby pictures in it, and I was like, see, he's so sentimental. Like, how could you not marry this man? He was just so sweet. She, again, on their date, but in the confessional side, was still talking about how she just loves Joey. And I'm like, do you not see this magic of a man, like, right in front of you? I was just getting kind of irritated. And then I'm like, well, maybe it's just the editing. So I'm not going to do too much on her. Like, anyway, fast forward to when it's time to the proposals. Joey said his speech, how much he loves and enjoys, spending time with her and getting to know her and can see a future with her. She said her speech, but then it was all great. And then the tears came, and I was like, yes. But like, not yes because I want Joey to be hurt, but yes because I knew in this moment, well, before this moment, because since he was first, it always goes, the person who's first isn't the person who's going to be, Anyway, so in this moment, I was like, sorry, Joey, like, sorry. So basically, she stopped him from proposing and said, I really do love you, but I have a stronger connection with Dotton. Okay, so here comes Dotton. It's his turn. Sorry, Joey. We'll see you as the next bachelor, which they did announce him to be the next bachelor. Now back to Dotton. Dotton comes. He says his speech, and then Charity says her speech, and then Dotton proposes to her. Literally love this for them. So they basically back in the studio, because again, they're doing the live recording of the Bachelor Nation where they do all the announcements, promote Bachelor in Paradise, promote the Golden Bachelor, let us know that Joey's the next bachelor. And back in the studio, basically Charity and Dotton, they're just so cute, so in love this for them. The mom finally seems happy that Charity is with him. Dotton's family is also in the audience, and they seemed happy too. And the bachelor basically said they're going to send them on a pre-honeymoon to Greece, which I thought was so sweet. Dotton let her know that she will be on the next season of Dancing with the Stars, which is so cute. Happy for her, happy for them, love it. So sending all positive vibes and years and years and years of love and happiness for their relationship. And that, you guys, is my final recap of this season of The Bachelorette. Is it season 25? Whatever. It's over now, but it was so good and I'm so happy. Yes, to answer the question, I was right the whole time. Definitely knew she was going to choose Dotton because they just make the most sense. And so, yeah, y'all, that is my recap. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I need to find what show I'm going to be recapping next. But for now, I'm taking a break because recenter. All right, y'all. Take care, and I will see you all soon. Oh, follow me on my other socials. Instagram, matchedbymecki. If you're looking for a matchmaker or a relationship coach or a dating coach, matchedbymecki.com. Yeah, or a day of wedding coordinator. I do that too. So all things love is the vibe, and I will talk to you all soon.